Hi everyone, so today's video is going to be a review on the 17 on the Spot foundation. This has been highly recommended and hyped about from bloggers, YouTubers and everything else, and I want to give my opinion on this product. I've used this for about 1.5 to 2 months, so I know pretty much what it does and if it does help spots. This foundation is apparently a spot fighting foundation because it has in the ingredients salicylic acid in there, which is basically a spot fighting ingredient, which is sort of like the main ingredient I suppose for spot fighting. And not many, I suppose drugstore brands do actually cater for spot prone skin, for example like spot fighting foundations. I know higher end makeup like Clinique and everyone else has got sort of a spot fighting foundation in their range, but hardly any, I haven't really heard of any drugstore actually doing it. So no wonder that there was a big hype around this, since 17 is a UK drugstore brand. It's sold in Boots because it's actually 17 is owned by Boots I suppose, so as number 7. They're sort of all the same line, but number 17 is sort of generated or catered for younger skin and younger people, and you know. First thing I noticed about this was the packaging. The packaging is quite nice. I quite like the silver effect it gives off. It makes sort of the writing stand out a bit more, and at first when I opened it, no joke, I was sort of trying to open it for about 5 minutes and I could not do it. I thought it was a screw top and I sort of like screw it off, but no, it's a pump. So you pull that off, there's a lid and there is a pump. A bit messy in mine, but I didn't know it was a pump because I thought it was a screw top, so it looks a bit deceiving, the packaging, but I quite like it. I like foundations with a pump because it's more controlled. It's better, I think. It's, you know, it's less messy than having no pump at all. The only problem is that if you do take out more product, it's hard to get back in there unless you like completely screw the whole thing off, which I don't know if you can with this. But I quite like the packaging of it. It's very sleek. It won't sort of make a mess in your bag, and I quite like the packaging. As you can see, I've got a brand new one right here. That's a brand new one, and you can see mine. You can see sort of how thick it can be and how much I've actually used. So mine is in porcelain. I think this is the second lightest because I think there's another one a lot lighter than this, so this is the second lightest, and it's a bit pale for me, but I think it will suit me, especially in the winter time. And they do, I don't know how many colours they do, I think they do about 6 I think. So they do like light to dark, so that's pretty good for a drugstore foundation. As I said, it's on the Spot foundation, so it caters for blemish prone skin, and it claims it will clear skin in 4 weeks. I've used it for 1.5 months to 2 months, so I would know if it actually did anything. And for me it didn't do anything to help my spots. It might have helped a tiny little bit, since I probably can't put too much salicylic acid in a foundation. It didn't really work to what I want it to be, because I thought everyone was raving about, oh, it's so brilliant because it's got salicylic acid in it, it will help spots, or sort of get rid of them and everything else. And I've used it for 2 months and I can clearly say that it doesn't actually do that. It could help, it might help, I'm not entirely sure, but I've still got blemishes on my skin and it hasn't really got rid of them, so it doesn't really do its job. And it says clear skin in 4 weeks, so it might not be, I don't know, because it depends on how many blemishes you get and everything else, but I don't really agree with the 4 weeks. I don't really agree with it. It's an on the Spot foundation because I know I've got salicylic acid in there, but it doesn't actually get rid of them completely. Also they claim it is a full coverage foundation. I can tell you it's not, because a full coverage means it literally covers everything, blemishes, scars, dark circles, everything else like that, and I can tell you that it does not do that. I think a high power or high matte foundation would be the Revlon Colour Stay, but this is nowhere near a full coverage. I would say it's a medium coverage if you build it up, because when I put this on, I do put a lot on, but then you can still see my spots and scars and dark circles, so it's not really a full coverage foundation. I would say it's more medium, so if you're looking for a full coverage foundation, I would not buy this. You don't need a lot of product though, because it's so thick. It's really thick, probably the thickest foundation I've actually tried. Literally one pump will literally go all over my face, and that is easily blendable as well. It doesn't take a lot to blend it in, but it does show dry patches quite easily, because I've got a dry patch right here and it showed up very clearly, so it's not really a good one for dry skin either. So either get rid of that dry skin by applying moisturiser, or just don't use this, because it just definitely highlights the dry areas. That's not really a good thing, especially if you use Clean and Clear Advantage Control gel formula treatment thing, or any other gel formula treatments, where it basically like dries out the skin around the spot. That sort of makes it a lot more noticeable. It does last all day, near enough, if you don't sweat or anything else like that. I find sometimes it looks a little bit orange if you apply too much, so I wouldn't apply too much, probably about 2 layers, that's it, no more. Yeah, I don't know if it just oxidises on me a bit differently to other people, but I know other people loved it. Other people say it just makes them orange, so it depends on what your pH, so pH stuff in your skin sort of oxidises products. So I know I use products one day and it's fine, another day I just look orange, so it depends on what your pH is at the time. Also, this has SPF 15, so it's got a little bit of sun protection, not a lot, but it's a little bit to keep your face a bit more protected. And yes, I don't know what else to say about this, to be honest, because I think I just covered everything. And I'm the perfect person to try this, because I do get blemishes, as you could tell in my, not get rid of me, back to school makeup look. I sort of bared my face and I looked quite awful, very spotty skin, so I used this as well. Yeah, I would say I would not buy it if you have dry skin, or if you've got a lot of blemishes. I do have quite a lot, but quite a lot of areas are fine, so like this here, it's just some places where I get them. So I would recommend this, but not for the full coverage status or the spot fighting stuff. I would just use it for a normal foundation. So yes, that's really my review on the 17 on the spot foundation. This was released about 2-3 months ago, and I know a lot of people have sort of gave their opinion. I wanted to give mine, so I thought that I might as well make a video on that, and I hope you like it. Please comment, rate and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.